Hi everyone, welcome back to the Studio Katia YouTube channel. It's Erica with you today, and today we are going to switch gears from the Hope collection because it's sold out, almost all of it. But don't forget to hit that notify me when back in stock button or notifications, because all the way through May 100% of net profits from that category is going to save the children who are on the ground helping in the Ukraine. So you can treat yourself and do good at the same time. So make sure you check that out. I will link that whole collection down in the description box as well, so it'll be easy peasy for you to find. So today we're actually going to switch gears to a birthday card with the Japanese Peony stamp. Now this stamp, I believe, is got to be at a minimum 3 if not 4 years old, and it is a golden but olden, or olden but golden. It's one of my favorite stamp sets anyway. It's a beautiful big peony, and I've colored it here with coloring markers, because I'm going to show you a card which is, you're going to think, what's this? But this was pretty vibrant once upon a time. Oh yes. So this one is colored with the SIG clean color markers, and I do believe this was done for either like the second or third anniversary, which is coming up again. Well, the anniversary is coming up, but as you can see, like the colors have faded really badly. Now I've been told that the coloring markers don't fade, so this is an experiment as well as, you know, card making. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the coloring markers will prove to be color fast. It says so on the box, and plenty of people have said so as well, so fingers crossed. But I thought I'd show you how I made this card, and hopefully you'll enjoy the process. Right, so as mentioned, we are going to be using the Japanese Peony stamp set, and what I'm going to be doing is, because I'm going to be using my coloring markers, I am going to be popping this into my Misty, and then I'm going to be prepping a little bit of watercolor cardstock. And so for this one, you might have noticed that I stamped it up with black ink. So what I've done is, first I've gone over my Canson XL watercolor cardstock with the Cottontail static embossing tool from the Rabbit Hole Designs. Then I have stamped up the actual peony itself 3 times with ink on 3 blackout detailed ink. And on top of this, I have then used some embossing ink. Now I have this what I call dirty pad. So this is one I use on top of like black ink, whereas I have a clean one that I use for like clear ink and something that hasn't been stamped up with any color before. So this is just to kind of keep it nice and clear. But because this has been stamped up with black ink, I'm using my dirty one. And then on top of this, we're going to be using clear gloss embossing powder. And then of course we're going to be setting this with the heat tool. It's really important that you make sure that your tool is preheated, and then you go over your image in a smooth sort of manner. Don't wave your heat tool around too much. Now you might see that I'm using a cork board in the background here. This is actually a cork trivet, but I do find that it just helps with things like warping and a even melting of the powder. So once that has cooled down a little bit, we are going to be getting our coloring markers, and I've zoomed in a little bit here as well. So the markers I'm going to be using is soft peach, cerise, and magenta red for the actual peonies. The flowers itself. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of pale orange and gold for that kind of middle bit, to kind of get that sort of peachy look in the middle. The green for the leaves, I'm using grass and apple, but we're going to be starting with the flower itself. So first off, I'm going over the entire thing with clean water, and then we're going to start in the middle with our gold, because this is our kind of it's more yellowy. So we're going to go over the middle there, and then we're going to take some pale orange, and we're going to kind of drag the color out a little bit. And because the paper is already wet, you can kind of see like how the colors are blending in quite beautifully. And we're going to be adding a little bit of this pale orange in sort of like inside of the petals to kind of keep it quite natural looking. This is going to be quite a dramatic flower, as you might have seen in the beginning. And then we're going to go in with our soft peach, and we're going to be adding quite a lot of this. And after this, I did notice that the paper is looking a little bit dry. So we're going to go in with a clean and wet paintbrush to kind of just like blend those colors out a little bit. And this is one good reason to have a pot of clean water next to you, and also a little bit of like paper towel or kitchen roll or something like that, so that you can clean off your paintbrush in between. And then we're going to go in with some Kapow color using the cerise marker. So, I mean, instantly you can just kind of see like, wow, this is going to be pretty like vibrant already. So I've gone in and added quite a lot, because this, again, I'm not like super good with the current markers. I'm still quite new to them, so I'm still kind of getting to grips with them. But I just wanted them to kind of be, or I wanted this flower to be really kind of like light in the middle and have like lots of dark bits out towards the end of the petals for that really sort of dramatic look. It also, I find anyway, this is just my preference when it comes to coloring, it's if I do this way, I kind of feel like it gives more of a 3D look, so you get more of that kind of like depth and life to your flower. But here again, you can see I'm going in with my my paintbrush with some water, just to kind of like blend out some of those, what I felt was slightly harsh lines, because again, the paper dried a little bit. And I even though I tried to work relatively fast, I wasn't as fast as the water drying. So I did have to add a little bit more. But that is not really an issue. I didn't feel like it's kind of leaving really harsh edges. It blends really nicely when you add water to it, which with some watercolors, I don't feel like you get that. It's like if you get a harsh line, it's very hard to get rid of some of those. So I was very pleasantly surprised by this little discovery. But as I was going along with the cerise marker again, I realized that actually maybe that magenta red is not going to be needed, because you can actually build up the color quite nicely with by just doing sort of several layers. So I decided to do this instead, so that magenta red wasn't actually ever used in the end. So, but I didn't really feel like it needed it, to be perfectly honest. So I'm leaving the flower to dry a little bit, and we are going to move on to the leaves. So here I'm going in with the grass first, which is the darkest green, and then with the apple to kind of just drag that color out. Then when that had dried a little bit, I used the coordinating die cut to cut this flower out. And I have this little thing where I like to keep everything together. So if I don't use like a storage pocket, if something is big enough to pop into the same sleeve, I do that, because then I know if I grab the stamp set, I will have the die cut ready on hand for the next time I need to use it. So that's just a little like hack from me to you. So yes, but see, look, I mean, here now with that cut out, it just pops even more. I love this flower so much. And so with that done, you know, we had to have a bit of a background. So I used the halftone dots cover plate. And here you can see that I did lose a few of those little paper holes. And at first I thought, no biggie. But then I realized, oh, actually, I might need some. So I decided to cover up those holes with some majestic confetti instead, because, you know, do I ever need an excuse for bling? Not really, no. So, but I thought, yeah, you know, this works out really well, because they actually did cover up the sort of the missing holes, and also add that little bit of bling. And it's kind of like in a random pattern as well, which maybe isn't so much my thing, but I like how it turned out here. So it was actually kind of, it was like one of those things where you're like, oh no, this is going to be a problem, until it wasn't a problem, because you came up with a good solution. So yeah, I felt quite pleased with this little solution. And now nobody can say that I was using too many sequins, because I needed to in order to cover up those holes. But that, luckily for me, there was just like on the sides, basically, none in the middle. So on the back of the flower, because I wanted this to kind of be popped up a little bit, I have added some foam tape, and I have also cut out or stamped and cut up a sentiment saying celebrating you on this wonderful day. And this is from the It's Your Birthday stamp set. This is like one of those teeny tiny little mini like 2x3s stamp sets. Really handy to have. It has a beautiful big happy birthday to you set in it as well. And after I peeled off the back of the foam tape, the card was done. So I mean, I did trim off a little bit of excess from the banner as well. But with that, the card is done, and I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and will consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the Studio Katia YouTube channel. If you haven't already done so, hit that notification button as well so you don't miss any uploads, and I will see you soon again. Bye!